Hi guys, it's Stephanie and I'm here with some important things to know before you start breastfeeding. If you have any tips or advice, please comment down below and then subscribe to my channel. So there are a lot of things that I think would be helpful to know beforehand, just so that you're kind of aware and prepared before you begin. So number one, breastfeeding is hard. I know that for some women out there that I've heard of, it's not. It's like this very easy, natural thing. I don't know any of these women. Like, I've never met anybody like this. So I would say for the majority of women, breastfeeding is so hard in the beginning. The first 4 to 6 weeks are so difficult. So if you kind of go into it knowing that, then when you encounter struggles, you're not like, oh, I can't do it. You know, you kind of know, okay, this is normal, I can do this. When you very first have your baby, doing skin to skin is so important, and it's a very critical part of breastfeeding and your body, like knowing that the baby's there, and it really helps. And in the very beginning, your body is only going to make colostrum milk, which is the various, like, what happens before your regular milk comes in, but it's very yellow and thick, and you're not going to be getting a lot. So you're going to be getting very small amounts, but the baby's stomach is only the size of a marble, so it's not going to take very much to fill the baby up. When you have your baby, it is going to be beneficial for you and your baby for you to nurse as much as possible, to just have your baby at your breast as much as possible. This will get the baby drinking as much as the baby can. I'm going to say he because I just had a baby boy and it's just natural for me to say he. So be drinking as much as he can, and the constant stimulation of your breast is going to help trigger your milk to come in sooner. Now, it can take 3, 4, 5, even 6 days for your milk to like come in. So the more you nurse early on, the faster that whole process is going to happen. So number one, know that your milk is not going to be coming in for a few days. So don't freak out. You think, oh, I don't have enough milk. You're not supposed to. You're just supposed to have that little bit of colostrum, so you're fine. It's all good. The second thing I want you to be aware of is cluster feeding. And this is something that I feel like a lot of new moms are confused by. So in the very first few weeks of life, your baby will probably cluster feed, and that's a term for when your newborn just constantly wants to nurse just all the time, and you feel like, my baby's not getting full, I feel like I don't have enough milk, That's not what's going on. The baby is cluster feeding because they're trying to signal to your body to start making more milk. They're trying to increase your milk production. So they're trying to nurse as much as possible, and therefore trigger your brain to think, okay, you know what? The baby's still nursing, let's make more milk. So that's what that is. So when that's happening, don't feel like, oh, I need to give my baby formula because I'm not making enough milk. That's how it's supposed to be. So if you give your baby formula during this time, then your body is not going to be getting that constant signal. So your body isn't going to know, oh, you know what? It's time to start making more milk. So, you know, that's a thing that I feel like a lot of new moms kind of get confused by. So they start to doubt themselves, and they think, oh no, I'm not doing it, I'm not making enough. So I just want you to be aware and be prepared for cluster feeding. You're going to feel like this baby's attached to your chest 24/7, and that is really hard because you're tired and you're drained, but this is just like a stage of the nursing journey. So you know, you can do it. It is normal for your nipples to be super duper sore after nursing this baby in the very beginning, because clearly your breasts weren't used to this kind of activity 24/7, and now you're just like drowning in cluster feeding and you feel like, oh my gosh, my nipples might actually fall off. And it's normal. Coconut oil is a good thing to put on them because that's natural and you don't have to take it off before you feed your baby the next time. That's what my lactation consultant recommended. But what I want you to know is, if nursing is painful, like really painful, then you need to see a lactation consultant about the latch, because if the latch for your baby is not correct, nursing can be so painful. So anytime you're in pain, please, please, please go find help. Find a lactation consultant that can look at the latch and determine what needs to happen. So, don't be afraid to raise your hand and ask somebody to help you fix that, because if you're in pain, then this is not going to work out right. So, I definitely want to encourage you to do that. This is something I wish I would have known actually before I had this baby, my third baby, because he had jaundice really bad in the hospital, and so they were having him lay on the table that had all the lights, and I couldn't hold him, and we couldn't do the skin to skin because he was in this, Billy Rubin light table. Anyway, and they had brought in formula, and they were supplementing formula. It's because they're wanting the baby to intake as much liquid as possible so that they can pee out this jaundice stuff. Obviously, I don't really know enough about this to speak knowledgeably about exactly what happens with jaundice, but anyway, so you can request to get a pump and start pumping your colostrum, and then if they need to feed the baby extra after you've nursed and they need to know exactly how many ounces, blah, 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 then, you can be feeding your baby your milk. And plus, the pumping is just going to, help tell your body more milk, so that's a win-win there. It's a good thing to keep like in the back of your mind that this is a good solution. So I just want to encourage moms out there to know that you're not alone if things are hard, because nursing is one of the most special things I feel like you can do for your child, like the bond that you have, and the benefits of it are so good. But it can be very challenging. So I want to encourage all moms out there to reach out for a community. I know I'm a part of a Facebook group called Milky Mamas, and it's almost 80,000 breastfeeding moms. So if you have any questions, or if you're feeling alone in something, you can reach out, and they just surround you, this very encouraging and uplifting community of other moms that are also breastfeeding. So I really encourage you to join a support group like that. That would be awesome. Okay, well, we'll be checking in with you guys later, and we'll talk to you later. Right, buddy? Can you say bye-bye? Can you say bye-bye? Can you say it? He's not going to do it.